To celebrate summer than making fresh homemade cherry syrup. I spent like most of the afternoon the other day making this, and you guys saw how much cherries I put into it, but this is pretty much all the syrup I got out of that. Maybe like a little bit more. I've used some already, but I do have like the pulp or whatever. It's more of like a jam situation, but it's so good, and I'm like, I should be doing more like homemade syrups and stuff because it's actually really easy. I've been putting it in my coffee. Anyways, hi friends, long time no chat. I'm back from my little YouTube hiatus. I took like maybe 3 weeks to a month off of YouTube just because I feel like I haven't taken a break in a long time, so I thought that I would vlog this week. July was super eventful. It was my birthday and then my boyfriend came to visit. I went on like a week-long family vacation cabin trip kind of thing, and I started a new job. So I just got off work. I started a new barista job. I've pretty much just been like training for that all week. So I think I'm gonna go to the lake and knit and read a little bit because that's pretty much what I do in my free time. Speaking of knitting, let me show you what I've been working on. I did finish my Anna top that I started in the last vlog. It hasn't been blocked yet, but I did wear it just because I finished it while I was at that cabin and I didn't have like proper blocking materials, but then I also wanted to wear it again. So this is the Anna top pattern by Kiss Kiss Rhinestones, and I am obsessed with it. The yarn is Knitting for Olive in lime yellow and the back, but it's also like reversible. Like you can wear that in the front if you want, and it's super soft. And I feel like this top has converted me to a summer knitter because I don't really knit that many summer projects. I feel like I'm mostly crochet in the summer, but this year I've just been knitting a lot. So that made me want to start another tank top, which is the Ivy tank top pattern by Petite Knit, very popular pattern. But I'm using the Malabrigo sock yarn, I think. I can't remember the color off the top of my head. I think I threw away the tag, but I'll put it on the screen. This is what I've been working on and I'm almost done with it, and I keep saying like, I'm gonna finish this today, I'm gonna finish this today. But today I think I actually am gonna finish it. So, and then maybe I'll read a few chapters of my book, which I'm reading Tender's the Night, which I have to put more like mental effort in to read this book. So, even though it was only written like the 30s, like it's not like it was written in like the 1800s or anything. Last night we got literally the best dumplings I think I've ever had. I really enjoyed that meal. My friend Hannah was in town, so we went out to dinner last night and kind of hung around Chinatown. I really like Chinatown here. Last time I went, I took the water taxi, which was super cool because it was like a $10 boat ride. Anyway, so I did that last night and then I worked all day again today. And I'm actually staying at my aunt's house because I'm watching their dog this weekend. And then I'm working tomorrow night, and then I think I have a few days off. So we'll be doing more fun stuff then, but for now, I'm just gonna pack a bag and then head over to my aunt's house. I did go yarn shopping today because I finished my Ivy top by Petite Knit, which it's still like just barely damp, but I blocked it this morning. I have only knit this and the Sophie hood by Petite Knit. It's just a really nice like staple garment, I think. I just bought another pattern. It's called the Sasita Summer Top by Suko Knit. So I'm actually really excited to start it, and this is the yarn that I bought. It's of course green again. I feel like I only knit in red and green. I probably spent like 20 minutes trying to decide on a color. This is the yarn brand. I honestly have never knit with this yarn or heard of it. I went to the drop stitch in Andersonville. If you're in the Chicago area, they have a really good selection and like honestly pretty decent prices as well. So definitely check them out. I actually really like their yarn. I got the Knitting for Olive for the Anna top there as well, so shout out to them. This is actually a merino bamboo blend, which I know there's people that complain about bamboo like it splits a lot, but I think since it's a blend it might be a little bit better, but we'll see. I will let you guys know. I want to start a new project because I'm taking the train from Chicago to Minnesota to visit my family that lives there. I'm like, I need a train travel project because I think it's like 7 hours. I spent like 8 hours on the train yesterday. We got delayed a few times because I guess the freight trains have like the right of way, so anytime there's a freight train we had to stop, which was kind of annoying, but it honestly wasn't too bad. But I did surprise my mom, so that was successful. But today I'm going to my favorite yarn store. I have to go every single time I'm home. It's called Darn It Anyway. I'm wearing the top that I just finished. I'm obsessed with it. The blocking honestly did a lot. Anyways, I pretty much just read and knit and watched movies the whole time I was on the train, so it was honestly very chill. I think when I was like laying in bed last night, I kind of felt like I was still like moving. Let's go to the yarn store. I probably should be on a yarn ban, but honestly, I've been very good about buying yarn and then making projects from the yarn right away, rather than just like randomly buying yarn. Another thing that I do want to buy is I'm in such a spinning slump and I feel like I have a lot of like unprepped fiber. I don't have enough prepped fiber that I can just spin up. I feel like that's what's stopping me because I'm not like wanting to prep the fiber myself. So I think I want to buy some fiber that's already been prepped so I could just spin it and kind of get back into that, because I haven't touched my spinning wheel in a few months, which is kind of sad, but I think that's a really good way to get back into it. So because there's someone using like a leaf blower. Hopefully you can just enjoy the sound of the birds. But I just saw a turkey in my parents' backyard. That was so cool. I actually got really close to it on accident because I was like coming around the corner and it was like right there. But it didn't like freak out or anything. Let me show you what I got from Darn It Anyways. Love that yarn store. I honestly get sad when I'm in there because I don't live by it. So I try to go every single time that I visit my parents. Coastal cotton yarn. This is one of my favorite cotton yarns. It's super soft and it feels like pretty sturdy. And I think they came out with new colors because I haven't seen this color before. They also kind of rebranded their labels. I feel like I'm always using this like lime green yellow color. I feel like it goes with a lot of other stuff in my wardrobe, so I really like this color. I just made a top that was this color, like similar with the purple stripes. I'll put in a picture. And then I also, like I said, wanted to buy some prepped fiber, so I bought this. The brand is Hip Strings. I've actually bought from them before. I think 2 of the spins that I did for my giveaway last year or the beginning of this year was the same brand. I had one that was super similar to this one, but it was more of a gray base. This is more of a navy base, but I feel like I'm getting into like more moody colors for fall, or like thinking about that. Yesterday I also made cherry syrup, which I made at the beginning of this vlog, but I wanted to make some for my parents so I could leave it here. This time for the pulp of the cherries, I put it in like a cherry crumble and it was actually really good. Super easy. Definitely something I can manage doing in my tiny apartment, but I've just been like really wanting to bake. I love stone fruit. They're so summery to me, and I've just been wanting to like really take advantage of cooking fruit. Cooking fruit is like a hobby of mine now, apparently, because I'm such an advocate for it. It's like easier to digest, especially like apples. The last couple months I've been really on like a digestion journey. I've been focusing a lot on like getting fiber and like drinking enough water and just making sure that my diet is like providing everything that I need for me. Also wanted to show you guys my progress on this top. I finally connected the front and back pieces. To be honest, I really like the pattern, but I think I kind of tweaked on the yarn. I don't love the yarn. I think it's just because I haven't worked with bamboo before, but it just feels like stiff and it feels like acrylic almost to me. But I will say when I did block it, because I do have my gauge swatch, when I did block it, like it kind of loosens up and like gets softer. So I'm hoping that's the case for like the actual garment itself. And that's why I'm not like giving up on it yet. I do really like it so far. This is like such a cute little detail with the stripe in the front, or I guess that is a stripe, yeah. And then tonight my mom and I are going to see Freaky Friday, which I'm so excited for. I feel like that was a very important movie in my childhood, and we were laughing this morning because I found the DVD here, the Freaky Friday DVD, and then my mom also like had the soundtrack, so it was funny. We were like listening to all the music this morning, so I'm really excited to see it, even though I know it's just gonna be like a cheesy sequel, but I think it'll be just nostalgic and worth it to see, so I'm excited for that. So we're gonna go see that tonight. I also went for a bike ride this morning, which was fun. I really want to buy a bike in Chicago, but I'm so scared of it getting stolen, even though like my apartment building has a bike room, and I probably would only use it like on the trail on the lake. But yeah, I'm just like afraid of getting it stolen, and also like biking in the actual city is like scary because people get so close and I don't know if I can handle that, so. Today we're going to the Michigan Fiber Festival. I'm so pumped. I've never been before. I'm going with my friends Zoe and Splash. You probably know Zoe from Instagram. She's also a fiber artist. Woolly Peach. Check her out. But yeah, shout out to her because I don't have a car and Zoe is driving, so I don't really have a plan on what I'm gonna buy today. I feel like I'm gonna stay away from yarn, like already made yarn, because I have a lot of yarn that I need to get through. That's the goal for today, is to get some prepped fiber. I also have a ton of locks from the last fiber festival that I went to, so really don't need anything in that department unless it's something dyed a super cool colorway or something like that. I also feel like I'm on a pretty tight budget. I spent a lot of money last month. We're gonna keep it to, I'm gonna say I'm gonna spend around $50. That's kind of my budget for the day. Anyways, I'm gonna pack up my road trip snacks and then we'll get going. It's about like a 2.5 hour drive. It's also supposed to be very hot, so crossing my fingers I don't get dehydrated. Yay! I haven't been to a fiber festival since the one I went to in April, and I feel like this is gonna be a really good way to get myself back into spinning, and I need to take my wheel out, so maybe you'll also see that in this vlog. Let me show you what I got at the fiber festival. Guys, I love fiber festivals so much. I feel like being around that much fiber arts in general, and that's like all different types of fiber arts. I feel like being around it is just so special, and also being around the animals because it helps me have a lot more gratitude towards animals that make these fibers and their existence, and I'm just grateful for them. I really wanted to come home with a rabbit, but I just won't do that until I can financially afford it, especially one, tiny apartment, two, I think you need to take it to like an exotic vet, so I definitely want to be able to afford to do that in case something happens. But yeah, I do really want a rabbit one day, not even just for like the fiber, but just as a pet. I think they're the cutest things ever and so soft. So yeah, let me show you what I got. First things first, this was literally the first booth that we went to. Winter Haven Fiber Farms. This is hand-dyed merino silk top, 4 ounces of it. This color palette has just been my vibe a lot recently. These like peach oranges with green. I did another spin that was kind of like a watermelon type of color palette. I'll put it in here. This was my first fractal spin, and that was like a Target fiber. I really liked the colors of that yarn, so I feel like this kind of emulates that. This was $18, but like I said, literally the first booth, and I was super sure that I wanted this, so I'm really excited to spin this up. Next, this was probably my favorite booth. There was so many good options. Actually, there was one other one. Zoe bought something from them, but their fibers were a little bit more expensive, but the color palette was so amazing. I have to ask her what the artist was who did the dyeing and putting together the roving and stuff. She just had like a really good, fun, unique color palette. But this booth, Alchemy, is one of my favorites. I really liked all the stuff they had. I was kind of going between this one and one other one. So this again is like green and peach, and it has like a tweed element. I'm a sucker for some tweed. A third merino wool, a third tweed blend, and a third bamboo. 4 ounces once again. This was $16, and yeah, very happy with this purchase as well. And then there was a seller that had locks. This was probably the best price for locks that I found. I know I said I wasn't gonna buy locks, but I did say I wasn't gonna buy undyed locks because I do have a lot of like white undyed locks that I've been meaning to dye, but they literally had like buckets of these dyed locks, and then I think it was like $3 an ounce, which is honestly a pretty good price. So I got 3 colors, but planning on using them all together. Midnight blue color. Most of it is this like green color, but I really liked that. And then there was like a lighter blue color. That's kind of the palette, and I think I might just do like a fully lock spun. I think this was about 3 ounces of locks, so I feel like that's a decent amount, but that's all I bought. I did buy one other thing of roving for Zoe as a thank you for driving, so I think total I spent like $53, which pretty good. I think I said I was gonna spend $50, so if I'm not cheating, we did go to this like Dutch market, little farmers market that was on the way to the fairgrounds, and I bought this like wooden tulip. Is this not the cutest thing ever? So this was like $5, so I guess like total I spent $58 if you count this little tulip. But I'm trying to find like a little cute vase for this to live in. I just thought that was so cute, and I should have bought more because they had like a bunch of different colors of these, and I could have had like a little collection, but I'll just buy one next time I'm around that area. But yeah, so much fun. I love a good fiber festival. But yeah, that was my haul. Can't wait to spin it. I'm so close to being done. I just need to finish this armhole. Today I'm gonna go to Michael's because I have to get a 6mm hook. I lost mine. I have no idea where it is, and it hasn't been in my presence for like months. So I'm finally gonna go buy one and then maybe just like walk around a little bit. Yesterday I just read in the bird sanctuary for like an hour and a half. I'm really trying to get through the book that I'm reading right now because it's not really the best thing in the world, but I feel committed to it, so I have to finish. I also went to a bookstore for like an hour and a half yesterday, just like looking at books and not buying anything. Unfortunately, because I have a library card and a Kindle, I'm like, I don't need to buy books, but I like to see the employee picks and stuff and then just see like what is kind of popular, and then I can go look up books for putting them on hold at the library and stuff. By the way, I'm wearing my Chicago Public Library hat. I think I talked about it in my last vlog, but I got this from doing the summer reading challenge, which I highly recommend. I think it's almost over now, but I highly recommend doing it next year if they do have one. This year it was like all eco-lit books. One other thing I want to get at Michael's is beads for this mesh cap that I'm doing the pattern test for. It's from minigru.studios. Love literally everything she does, but I want to get some beads for this. I have a ton of beads that I should probably like go through, but I'm just gonna browse and see if there's anything that catches my eye that I think will really go with this. Actually, scratch that. I decided not to add beads because the color is just really bright, and I feel like if I added beads I wouldn't wear it as much, but I do want to make one in red with like red beads. I think that would be perfect and perfect for fall. I just took some pictures with this on, that's why I have this dress on, but I slept in braids last night, so that's why my hair is wavy, but I feel like it kind of adds to the whole look. Yeah, I need a haircut so bad. By the way, I was gonna ask you guys, I don't know what to do with my hair because it is so long right now that it's like annoying me, like it's too long. What do you guys think I should do? Should I do layers? I kind of want to do bangs, but bangs are a big commitment, especially because I don't like to put heat on my hair that much. I don't know. Okay, I finished the top. I really like it. It needs to be blocked. Definitely, I feel like my stitches are a little bit wonky. I was just sitting outside in that same spot that I was sitting yesterday. I was just sitting outside and knitting because I really wanted to finish this because I had to finish the I-cord armhole cast off, which I think looks super neat, and I want to incorporate that in more projects, so I'm really glad that I did this pattern. Again, it's the Saseda top by Suko Knits, I think is how you pronounce it. She is a Korean designer, so shout out to her. Very simple, sleek patterns. Okay, I've taken the cooked fruit obsession to a new level because I did find this cookbook today at the library. It's called Pulp, A Practical Guide to Cooking with Fruit, which is perfect. So I'm excited to go through the recipes. I also got this Super Natural Simple Foods. It's a vegetarian cookbook. I'm not vegetarian, but I was vegetarian for a little bit, so I'm familiar with vegetarian cuisine. Yeah, these are the two cookbooks that I got from the library, and I actually have a recipe journal. So what I do is I'll check out cookbooks from the library and then I'll write any recipes that seem intriguing in my recipe journal. I'll just write like what book it's from, and then I don't have to hoard large cookbooks because I feel like I love cookbooks, but like I'm not gonna make every single recipe in a cookbook. That's kind of what I like to do, is just like browse them and then put them in my recipe journal. More fiber talk. I just received a very exciting package from Zablab Textiles, Izzy. Shout out to her. She also has a YouTube channel, so definitely check her out. I'll link her down below. It was part of a secret spin / spinning for someone that was put on by Expression L, Eloise Clarkson, so shout out to her for organizing this. I am working on my spin for my person right now, so I'll show you guys that once it's done, but I don't want to spoil it because I know she watches my videos. Cute. She said to open them in order, so we'll start with this one, number 1. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. So this is merino, cordell, silk, bamboo, trio ball, nylon, hand-dyed mohair, and neps plied with boucle. Are you kidding me? This is like the most gorgeous yarn I think I've ever seen. There's so many cool textures and colors. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to make maybe like a hat or something with this. I love knitting hats with handspun yarn. You probably know that if you watch my videos, because I always wear my handspun hats, but this is gorgeous. Yay. I just realized while I'm editing this that there was a backside of this card. So this was actually inspired by a textured set that I made with I'll show you this one. And I'm reading this now, but it says, perhaps it could become one of your iconic handspun beanies. I'm like, that's exactly what it was gonna be. I'll also say that this yarn matches my bedspread almost exactly. Anyways, back to the rest of me opening this package. Number 2 feels like a bat. Can I just say, there's so much talent in the spinning community, and I just love seeing what everyone makes and like how they grow as a spinner. I feel like such a novice at spinning, just because I've only been doing it for a few years, and like there's so much knowledge to be put out there. And I also think with spinning, it's like the difference between spinning and other fiber arts like knitting and crocheting is sometimes I feel like there's a little bit more gatekeeping in the knitting crocheting community. Everyone in the spinning community, or most people in the spinning community, just want other people to learn how to spin, and like will give as much information as possible to help people achieve that. And I really like that about the spinning community, because it's such a niche hobby where there's not as much resources about it online. It's really cool to see people in my generation and obviously other generations like keep it alive. So that was just a side note, but I just love the spinning community is all I'm trying to say. Merino eucalyptus crimp, recycled sari silk, hand-dyed sari silk, silk, trial ball, nylon, and bamboo. Oh my gosh! The patchwork skirt turned into a bat, another make of yours. Okay, so she said the patchwork skirt turned into a bat. So this was inspired by a patchwork skirt that I made last fall. Hold on, I'll grab it. This skirt, wait, this is so iconic. Oh my god, it matches like perfectly, you guys. That is so cool. And this is spun into a gradient. Wow, this is so cool, you guys. Naturally dyed silk noil and recycled sari silk, red cabbage, red onion skins, and black knight. Zawab is such an inspiration. I think she's actually studying textiles, but she does a lot of natural dyeing. Like, she honestly is such a big natural dye inspiration for me when I was doing more natural dyes. Now that I live in this apartment, it's a little bit different. I'm not as able to like run and frolic around and do natural dyes, but I always love watching her content about natural dyeing because she is so knowledgeable about it. But this is so cool. So this is the red cabbage. This is the onion skins and avocado. And then this is the black knight, which I'm not sure what black knight is. I don't know if that's like a regional thing, something that's in the UK that's not here, or a different name. Okay, I've actually never seen one of these plants before, but maybe I'm just not looking. But these attract a lot of butterflies, which is kind of cool and something to think about when I'm spinning these up. These are naturally dyed Masham locks, which is kind of a specialty breed. I don't know if I've ever seen these kind of locks before. This was dyed with madder and red cabbage. So the rose gold one is the red cabbage, and then this one is the madder. Oh my god, I love this peach color. You know from this one, actually, I have an idea. Matches perfectly, so maybe I'll spin these two together. I feel so grateful. Truly, what the heck, Izzy? This is such a fun thing to open, and I'm so excited to use all this stuff up. This honestly matches my bedspread. What a wonderful palette, and just like, wow. But now that I have so much stuff, especially from when I went home, I got some fiber, when I went to obviously the fiber festival, and now like I am just like, I'm super excited about fiber arts again, and specifically spinning. What a journey it was to open this gift. Again, shout out to Izzy. Like, I'm truly so grateful for all the hard work that you put in, and I'm just in awe. I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'm super excited to be back on YouTube and making videos. I feel like if I was a little bit awkward on camera this video, it's probably just because I took a break, so talking to the camera again was a little bit of an adjustment. But yeah, I have so many fun videos planned for the fall. I know summer's not over yet, but expect to see a fall project plans video pretty soon, as well as a making my fall wardrobe and maybe also a thrifting my fall wardrobe video. You'll definitely be seeing me spin a lot of this stuff because I feel like I am really in a spinning mindset again. I have a lot of really fun ideas for the stuff that I bought, but please, before you go, comment down below any videos that you want to see from me for like fall content or just stuff in general that you want to see. I was thinking of doing like more cooking stuff as well, but yeah, I feel like that will really help me out and help me get back into YouTube a little bit more from being on a little bit of a break. It feels a little bit scary being away from you guys because I love talking to you and I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Also, let me know if you like longer vlogs because I feel like I mashed in so much into this vlog. So other than that, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!